sister of mine from them longer time. She named Karen Dunkley. And I now go call out all of the things them with them writers about karate. Too much things. By the time I don't read it out, when I ever get to talk to you. How you do?
Uncle Muta, I'm doing well. Greetings and salutations to you and your listeners. Indeed, indeed. Blessings.
May I ask you something? You there on the bus store too? We are laughing.
Listen, this...
You know, answer.
Boy, I'm going to say unconfirmed, but it has been quite a whirlwind, Uncle Muta, quite a whirlwind with the elections, and especially with Kamala announcing her candidacy.
All right, well, I want the people to know, say, you are intricately involved with this campaign we are going for Miss Harris and our vice president. How is it for you personally after the name? What them call it?
The DNC.
The DNC, yeah.
The Democratic, yes, National Convention.
Yeah. Because we are watching on TV and I tell you, it stay away. It stay away.
It stay away, right? And the excitement was palpable. Well, first of all, my role, and I really try to be as objective as possible to look, I did not attend the RNC in Milwaukee, but I did watch it every night and the major talking points, just so that we can bring the information to the people. But the excitement, I went into Chicago on the Wednesday of the DNC. DNC ended on the Thursday. And when I tell you that it was sheer excitement, young people, the kind of excitement and fervor that we saw when Barack Obama announced, it's almost as if the Democratic Party had a resurrection. Because as you can imagine, they were flailing. People were really concerned about the outcome of this election. And I think that Kamala, the excitement with her, the love that people have for the down-to-earthiness of the vice presidential pick was the fact that he is seen as a round-the-way guy. You know, he owns guns, he was a coach, he was a teacher, he became this congressman. So the entire floor was just, complete. If you want to say lit and excitement, them sell off, Uncle Muta, in Jamaican vernacular. We say them did sell off and they sell off.
You know, the weird part about it is that Trump was in at the same venue with FEMA RNC thing. And it was as full as when Miss Harris did there. And people use that as a sign, say, Trump will lose him support. You think he might lose him support? Or it's just polls attack and a big up Harris? Tell me.
I think some of it is poster talk. I think that when Kamala, because this is unprecedented, we've never seen this. We have never in the United States history. This election is historic for two reasons. It's historic because you have a former president who lost the term and is coming back as the nominee for the Republican Party, running again. That in itself has only happened once in the entire history of democracy in the United States. Couple that with, you have a presidential nominee dropping out who is an incumbent, handing over to his vice president who ascends to the nomination without any runoff, and who is the first African-American woman and Asian woman. So I have to tell you that I think that it really amplifies the fact that Trump might not be necessarily losing, but just the sheer excitement, the novelty. Everybody said, whoa, we really think that Kamala can do this time.
But let me ask you something, because what did I try to figure out? How is it that the excitement is amongst Miss Harris there, yet still Trump still a hold him on? You think, say, the hype are going to last for a month, where you find, say, she kind of take, front stage now, rather than Trump, who continues to just float and not lose nothing. Him not lose him base. him not lose him supporters them. It's just that she again some people will never did dead originally, like the young people, them and a whole heap of black people. How is it that him can still hold him ground with all of them things that were going round him?
Listen, Trump he's Uncle Muta, Trump is very strategic. Trump is running, first of all, let's look at what he's running on. He's now running an anti-Kamala Harris campaign. So if you look at what he's been putting out, he's running on his economic record, and he's saying that she's failed leadership, and he's saying that she's dangerously liberal. This has been their talking points. For example, he's saying that when it comes to keeping home ownership affordable, that he wins on that. That under the Democrats, the price of home ownership have increased by 25.4%. So it has put millions of Americans out of owning a home. On the economy, he's winning that credit card loans and interest rates were 2.77%. He's saying that Harris's track record with Biden is that interest rates skyrocketed to 7.22%. He's saying that Americans had a personal savings increased by 393%. And I follow this stuff, so I could talk all this all day. You're saying under Harris that personal savings have fell. So he's saying that Kamala Harris is a failed leader. He's saying that she only, listen to his talking points, she's only become black recently, now that she wants to co-opt the black vote, that she ran as the first Asian American when she ran as district attorney. So you're right, he's not necessarily gaining, but he's not losing his base. And then remember, there's white supremacy. There are people who believe that Trump is indeed the last white messiah, that if it is that he doesn't win, that America will no longer belong to who they deem as the true Americans. I'm in Florida right now. I'm visiting my dad. I'm in a place called Ocala, and I left Philadelphia. You see Harris Walls. I come right in Ocala, and it says Trump, forever Trump. Keep America great. And that is how divided the United States of America is.
So what you just put out a while ago, is lie Mattel or is true? Because it love people for life still. The hype right now is round Kamala, but how long you think this can last? What is our intention? What you going to do to keep that excitement there for 2 months? What do you think she can do?
A day in politics is long, and the first thing that the Democrats have to do is to convert this energy and excitement into votes. If the voter registration and the voter turnout doesn't happen, it means that just in 2016, when everyone was shell-shocked, it was shock and awe when they said Hillary was going to win, and everyone looked in dismayed. I live in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. When they called Pennsylvania for Trump, that is when I was dressed and ready to go to a celebratory party for Hillary. And then when they called Pennsylvania for Trump, everyone watched in dismay because we understood what it meant along the electoral vote. So unless Kamala is able to transport that excitement into votes, absolutely, that she does stand, the possibility exists that she just may not win. The path to the Electoral College must get Michigan. And so if you look at Michigan, look at Detroit, predominantly African-American, they must carry Pennsylvania. Who and where you find the Democratic vote in Pennsylvania? In Philadelphia. If you look at Michigan, where do they find it? In Milwaukee. Let us say what it is. There's also black fatigue. You see that Trump has increased his support amongst black voters. Why? Because the common thread across these cities have been lackluster performance, persistent poverty, high crime, poor home ownership, and these cities have unequivocally supported the Democratic Party. Remember what Trump said when he came to Philly. He went to the University of Pennsylvania. He said that Philadelphia looks worse than when I attended school. It looks like a scene out of The Wire. You remember the show The Wire with the drugs? And he said, Philly, what have you got to lose? And that is the question Kamala Harris and the team must answer. What have we got to gain from continuing to deliver the Democratic vote of these cities that continue to remain in dire poverty and dire economic constraints? As
a young lady, what do you think is necessary for it? What is the message? Because it looks like the two parties have run out of message now. What is the message? Where you laugh?
Because I think you're right? Because they need something. It can't be just politics as usual. So there's a congresswoman who came and she asked to meet with me. And her Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, and she's very outspoken. We sat and I shared with her that there is tremendous disenchantment around just politics, just not just black or white, but just with people. There's a fatigue because every 4 years they come and then the outcomes are not there. And I think what they have to show is deliver on the promise of America. The economy is in shambles. The inflation is through the roof. Interest rates are astronomical. And what they need to do is to say to the middle class, those of us who go to work every day for a living, or even if we're entrepreneurs and we have a business, that there is fair taxes, that there's a tax rate that works for all American citizens. They have to speak to home ownership, that people can pay off their mortgages. They have to speak to just investment and crime and infrastructure that is plaguing our cities. They have to answer the border crisis. We are immigrants. I'm an immigrant. The only true native to America would be the Native American. But we cannot have unchecked migration. What is happening now in New York, as quiet as it comes, someone took a video, Uncle Muta, and they showed me camps. You know how you have a camper that you used to see people in the RV driving to the country with their families? You just have them lining the streets of the so-called greatest city in the world, New York. People are living out of campers.
Philadelphia.
Yes.
And Los Angeles.
Can you believe it?
Los Angeles.
Yes. Yes.
So why is it that the Democrats are selling say crime gone down, poverty gone down and them something there? Why them selling that to the people them when you as a Democrat can't really see say certain things are going on when no look like what them are say?
I think so. Everyone can use the numbers. We understand that with COVID-19, the pandemic was unprecedented, and coming out of the pandemic, that government had a Herculean job to do. Now, people have credited Joe Biden for stabilizing the economy and, for some of them more. And then LGBTQ, we haven't even touched that issue. There are many Democrats, there are many moderates, and I happen to be a registered independent, but there are many moderate Republicans and even liberal Democrats that have issue with this transgender movement. How can someone who's 8 or 9 begin to get hormone therapy? So people are having very visceral responses and reactions to those kinds of very personal issues, the personal issue of abortion, if you're pro-life or pro-choice. And so the government has to answer globally around the economy and crime and investment. And then personally, a woman's right to choose her own body. If you're a pro-lifer, those kind of things, if you believe, first of all, in LGBTQ rights and what that looks like, and if that should even happen. So there's so much polarization and dissension that they have to bring people together on issues that they care passionately about.
Karen, may I tell you, say America in a serious situation. America in a serious situation. Because when we look on the two main runners, them we find them guilty. And when I talk about Harris as the one still, but the system, the democratic system, will run America. And this one, will come and say, him no in and nothing with the Constitution and all, and we want to start him own thing. It's like, it's crazy. It's crazy. If a country like America reach a level here, we stand back and I look upon it and I say, but wait, at this country, everybody run go. At this country, I have the land of opportunity and bliss. It's weird. Karen, where are you, America?
I'm laughing because America is still the greatest democracy on earth, Uncle Muta. Only in America have we ever seen a former president convicted. He's a convicted felon. We've never seen that happen anywhere else in the world. In a modern democracy.
I run for president.
Right. So it really shows you that democracy works. But then look, and if he doesn't win, he has a possibility. If they don't pardon him, he will serve jail time. And so that is also on the table.
Trump not going to jail, man. Trump not going to jail. Trust me. He's not going to no jail.
It's on the table.
Look here, them are going to eat it off of the table before. Trump is not going to no jail. Whether he become president or not. You know, see it. I hope I can eat my words after the election. But you can't say
we're going to see. It is hot. It's a hot election. Immigration is on the table. LGBTQ is on the table. The migrant border, the Israel-Gaza is on the table. The economy is on the table. And so we will see. November is the time.
Yeah, I can ask you a question. Explain to me. I don't understand it. America have a weird way of election where it's not the majority win. Is the electoral college decide the vote, and them is not even quarter of the amount of state them. What, explain that to me. Why is it that it continue that it's not the majority in America? The person, the party who get their marriage, that sound like Trump now. the party who get the majority. Yeah. It's not them necessarily win. Or explain that to me.
Yes, mine you're talking about our almost president, you know. So America has a system of the Electoral College, and the Electoral College have what we call delegates, and delegates cast the vote. The path to the presidency, in order for a candidate to win, they need to secure a total. So you have 270 electoral.
Hello? What happened this one? Karen? She get cut off?
I'm not sure, Muta. I go check on it.
Check it fast, because I really want to find out about this electoral college and the majority don't win. In America, the person who get the most, the party who get the most vote is not necessarily the winner. You know, see, it decided by, I think it's about 4 states. 4 states decided. So, you know, it sounds weird to me, but I never really get a good clarification of that yet. I really want to find out how that. We just had an interview with my little sister, Karen Dunkley, who now resides in America, and she's very anxious about the DNC. Yes, Karen. Me still upon the question.
Yes.
The majority rule. That is what we know as democracy. In America, it's different. Tell me.
So the majority still rules, you know. It's just that it's a more tempered majority, meaning it's a qualified majority. So in the system, we have the Electoral College. Across all the states in America, it totals to 538 Electoral College votes. The president must win 270 of those votes. Each state, they elect or select delegates, and then delegates cast the ballots on behalf of the state based on the popular vote, which would be 1 vote to 1 person. So when I go to vote, I'm casting my vote. It's going to be counted in the popular vote. The reason America has a system, and it's a great system actually, is 2 things. It needed to balance the power between the small and the large states as defined by population, not geography. That is very important, because if you look at places that are in the West that are really expanse, the Utahs, and they don't carry as many electoral votes, let's say, as a California and New York. So it's based on demographics, the population. So the framers did that, number one, to balance power. That is true representation, because when American democracy came about in 1789 with the Constitution, they were concerned with the representation and the balance of power between the small and the large states. The other piece that is really critical, Uncle Muta, for people to understand, is the framers were afraid of the passions of men. Them say one day them love you, the next day them hate you. If you leave your election up to people who vote along these lines, then sometimes they may not choose the best candidate. So it's important that after they vote, the delegates come and say, okay, here is the person we want. So on the night of the election, the delegates cast their vote for the candidate. Remember, if you remember American history well, you will remember that Al Gore won the popular vote, and George Bush became president because of the Electoral College. He took it to court, and then he decided to dismiss the case.
Yeah, but most country is the majority, because we always learn that in an election is the majority win. It's America. I know you have another country where do that. You can't tell me another country where do it. Eh?
So, listen, here is the right word.
Karen. May I ask you one question? Can you tell me another country in the world that do what America does it relates to election in terms of the electoral vote?
No, I don't know another country that has. But Uncle Muta, but look at it. But Uncle Muta, no, you have to look at it because remember, it's that your electoral votes add up to the number of representatives that you have in Congress, plus your Senate, and every state have 2 senators. It's a brilliant process. You have checks and balances through and through. Think about it. Every state gets 2 senators, and then your representative in Congress is based on your population. It's simply brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant, Uncle Muta.
Look here. Sister Dunkley, look here. I can tell you something. The election, according to what I know, and most people know in the world, the other day, Hillary get the majority vote, don't it, when she didn't go there. She'll get the majority vote. Much more than... name there. Now, when I hear that, I say, well, Hillary gone clear.
Trump.
No, Hillary. When I hear about the majority vote gone to Hillary, I say, well,
right.
Then I start to hear about now it's going to be decided by a state. And I say, oh, that goes so. So I search all over the place to find out which other country do that. I don't know about that. So I don't know what you want to tell me now. Say it's a better way. Better which way? What is better?
Yes, because if you have direct elections, then the states that have the largest populations will always hold more sway over those who don't. So it really is about a balance of power. It really brings about a balance of power.
No, it's about the majority in the country. It's not in a state. It's the majority in the country go and vote. And if the majority in the country say that person A have the most vote in the whole, what them call it, continent of America, I don't understand why it boiled down to 4 states, 5 states. I mean, I hear what you're saying, no. But to me, that democracy, they faulty. Trust me, it's faulty.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yes, it can appear, you're right, because so both George Bush, now, interestingly enough, this system has benefited Republicans because George Bush lost the popular vote, won the Electoral College, and Trump lost the popular vote, and so it does benefit the Republican Party if they were to be honest.
That me I show you. And it could have happened again. It could have happened again. Where Harris get the majority vote, because she got join the young people, she got join black people, she got join female. She could have get the majority vote, but Trump gone with the other vote them when we win with the last time. So only a problem. You better buy a ticket to come back to Jamaica.
No, wait a minute, yard. You said trouble daddy. This, I'm telling you, everyone has plugged in. There are people who said we're not voting. They have gone out to vote, from 18-year-olds to the very old. This is the kind of watch. And we're saying, can America at this moment deliver on its promise of equality for all people? We're watching.
Can they? See, you laugh again.
I am because I am very optimistically. I'm so hopeful. I'm hopeful that this moment and this time we can deliver on the promise of America.
Yeah, I'm glad all your hope. Yeah, man, hope is the thing in the talk. Hope is the talk, man. You know, in the Bible, them say faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. And that is where Kamala happening, you know, hope. My wife, no, hey, I can tell you something. The only way this thing can go to Kamala slam dunk without any argument is if Taylor Swift declares, say, Miss Harris should do it. Trust me. That's Mrs. Harris there.
Oh, you said if who declares?
Taylor Swift.
Oh,
Taylor
well,
Swift.
listen, that has been a criticism. One of the criticisms of the Democratic Party is that they are extremely Hollywood instead of issue focused. They are finding ways to tantalize the masses, right? So instead of focused on issues that matter to people, that change their lives, that impact their lives, they're really leveraging Hollywood and big name entertainers to distract people. And I cannot believe, look how many now individuals are watching. Look at the impact of a Taylor Swift on football. Like where people are watching football because she likes the sport. So that has been the unfortunate reality of celebrity culture, where we need a Taylor Swift now to get behind a candidate for us to vote for them.
Karen, I can tell you something. If Taylor Swift come out 1 month time or 6 week time and say she is with Mrs. Harris, argument done. May I tell you that? I'm still so.
That's a sad commentary on the American population, though, on the populace.
And that may I say.
That is really a shame. Shame on us.
Look here, I can tell you something. You have a virgin dog named Vibes Cartel. You see? If Vibes Cartel ever come out when election near election and say he might go with this a party or that the party, it done.
No, I can't afraid. I never afraid.
And this right there, though.
No, so then woe be unto us, then we get the government we deserve. Then we will get the government. If so be it, then we get the government we deserve.
Well, I said, Taylor Swift is not a good example of...
No, absolutely. I would never, there's no, and nothing personal to her, but there's no policy area that I think Taylor Swift can inform me about that would sway my vote.
Yeah, but you see, you have some little teenager, 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 20-year-old, will follow her to hell or heaven, anywhere she go. And those now, if she now ratified, then we start to listen to Harris and hear what is Harris' plan. You know, see, so it can't go that way there. But we'll see. So tell me something. What you doing in America so long? For the lighter side. Where are you in America so long?
Boy, Uncle Muta, you have to tell your listeners that you have been such a giant in my life, especially in terms of consciousness and black consciousness. For me, as a black young girl, I love your daughters. I was best friends with Aishi for many, many years, and through adulthood and Aishama. And you brought a level of consciousness to me to love my natural hair, love my skin, to not bleach, to know about the greatness of Africa. So I remember, Uncle Muta, you forget when I said I was moving back to Ethiopia and I'm going to Shashamaniland, and you called me and said, Karen, what are you doing? Don't go. You don't even remember that, do you? I said, I'm going back. I'm going to go to Shashamaniland.
Boy, you're never ready for that. Trust me. You're never ready for that. You're just never ready for that.
Yes.
I will for people.
Yes.
It's show hype and euphoria why them really say that. But when you get down to
yes. I'm just...
Who that in the background there? Somebody in the background?
Yes. No, I muted it out. Yes.
Somebody in the background?
Yes, go ahead, Uncle Muta. Yes, I just muted them out. Yeah, they didn't realize I was on an interview.
All right, you know, long to see you. Aisha, long to see you. I'm glad for your movement. I never ever call out where you is and who you is and all you is. But I can say if I can't find, because there's so much thing that I never ever know. Say, as a matter of fact, I just tell them I know say you're a doctor. What kind of doctor you be? What kind of doctor you be?
Boy, you know, I am a doctor of organization and leadership. As you know, we call it a Babylon degree, but we went to their schools and they have conferred the doctorate in organization and leadership.
No, you're not going to say a Babylon school. She has the responsibility of overseeing the implementation of a 4-point program to end racial discrimination and harassment in the Davis County School District. She's one of the only 2 persons of African descent that are consultants for the DOJ, a certified coach who specializes in intercultural competency, teacher effectiveness, and leadership coaching. She has enjoyed a life of service in education as an urban district leader, principal, teacher, and coach. Served as Deputy Chief Academic Officer and Deputy Chief of the Office of Parent, Family, Community Engagement and Faith-Based Partnership. In 2019, Dr. Dunkley was voted as a representative of the Northeast United States and the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council. That is wonderful. I know at last I know somebody big in America.
Stand it on your shoulders.
I can't take up the phone and say, Karen, what you want to say? I just know who to call. Give thanks. Anyway, give thanks, sister. Give thanks. Give thanks, man.
Give thanks.
So I just keep my breath away again. Yeah. Oh, man. I am addicted to it. Man. I can't help but watch it.
I'm on the Democratic National. I'm in their focus group. I'm one of several representatives, so they keep polling us where we stand on different issues. They poll us like every day or after like a major event. So whatever you want to know, a perspective, I look forward to coming back.
Yes,
it's just amazing. And just enough respect. I love you to the moon and back, Uncle Muta.
Yeah. Wait, hold on before you go. Without any partisan thinking, tell me how the polls them are go with her. Tell me. It's really out.
But they said Kamala is up.
Yeah, me know it's up, but when me I say like she up in a most place.
Yes. And where we are really focused on is where she is polling again in the states she must carry. The path to 270. That's what we're interested in. It doesn't matter, for example, if in majority red states her polling numbers are low. What we're interested in, again, Pennsylvania. We're interested in Michigan, and we absolutely are interested in those borderline states.
Georgia,
Yes, those are the states we're watching where she's polling. Now, remember, Hillary was up in the polls when white women were the number 1 voters for Trump. 32%, I think, voted for Trump. And there's something they say that happens to white men when they go inside the polling booth and they consider whether or not they really want to put a black woman in office. So that is what we have to think about, is what people say, and then behind the curtain, what they choose.
Yeah, choose. All right. All right, give thanks, sister. Ari.
Give thanks. One love.
Yeah. Yeah, as you can hear, that was a little sister of mine from a longer time. From she there at Jamaica, and now she gone a foreign, got on. Represent you there.